Have you ever wondered how neurons in our brain communicate? It's a fascinating process, all starting with a single neuron. Today, we'll delve into the intricate structure of a neuron and how each part plays a crucial role in sending and receiving messages within our brains. Picture, if you will, a tree in your mind. A neuron, in many ways, resembles this image. The tree's trunk is the cell body, or soma, of the neuron. This part contains the nucleus, the command center of the cell, along with essential cell organelles that keep the neuron functioning. Now, visualize the branches of our tree. These are the dendrites, branch-like extensions of the neuron. They reach out like arms to receive signals from other neurons. These signals come in the form of electrical impulses, which are then converted into chemical signals. The tree's roots represent the axon, a long, slender projection that carries these signals away from the cell body. Think of the axon as the neuron's delivery service. It ensures that messages are sent swiftly and efficiently to their intended destinations. But where does the axon originate? At a region known as the Axon Hillock, a critical site often responsible for the initiation of action potentials, the neuron's way of firing off a signal. Now, let's not forget about the myelin sheath, a fatty insulation that wraps around the axon. This sheath acts like the protective covering on electrical wires, speeding up signal transmission and ensuring that it doesn't get lost or misdirected. However, the myelin sheath isn't continuous. There are gaps known as nodes of Ranvier. These gaps allow for saltatory conduction, a process where the electrical signal jumps from one node to the next, speeding up transmission. At the very end of the axon, we find the Axon Terminal, also known as the synaptic terminal. This is the point where neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers of the neuron, are released. Picture this as the moment when the roots of our tree finally touch the ground, releasing their energy. The ground here represents the synapse, the junction between two neurons where communication occurs. These neurotransmitters then bind with receptor sites, proteins on the dendrites or cell body of the receiving neuron. This binding process is akin to a key fitting into a lock, triggering the receiving neuron to generate a new signal. In summary, a neuron is a complex structure, starting with the cell body and ending with the receptor sites. Each part, from the dendrites that receive signals, to the axon that transmits them, the myelin sheath that speeds up transmission, and the synaptic terminal that releases neurotransmitters, plays a fundamental role in how our brains communicate. Understanding the structure of a neuron is essential to understanding our own complex, beautiful, and ever-evolving minds.